How's everybody doing out there? Oh God, it's been a while since I've made a YouTube video, but so I'm just gonna get straight to it. I I live in a state where not many places let you fire buckshot indoors, and I had to drive about an hour away from my house so I can test all the different shells that I had, the different brands, and so I have a cheaper a 12 gauge shotgun. It's a Maverick 88. I'm pretty sure everybody knows those. So I went there with that and my compact Smith & Wesson 9mm, and I brought three different shells in three different brands, and I wanted to just test to see what they would do and how powerful it was at different yardage. So I started at 7 yards, 10 yards. Then they had some oddball number on there, 16.7, and then I did 25 yards, and I did one round in each for each one and each brand, and I did a couple other ones too. So the one that I have, the Maverick 88 that I have, has a 20-inch barrel, and it's a 7+1. But I only did one, and this is the first time I ever fired it. So I only did one shell, fired it, brought the thing back in, checked it, took it down, put a new one up, sent it out again a little bit farther, and I did that every single time for each brand that I had. Now, I fired other shotguns and I fired other rounds before, and all these other ones like Black Aces Tactical, I can't remember the exact name of it. It's very cheap. It's just plain lead balls, pellets, and they fly all over the place, just like a Winchester Super X, which is one of the ones that I had fired today. Now, Winchester Super X, even though it's a crap shell, and it's not crap, it's just it's very inexpensive. It's something that you can use in a pinch if you need it, but it is actually quite powerful. It actually kicks more than the other round that I tested, and I fired a total of 30, and the most accurate one had the least recoil. So I went there, and the first one I fired was Hornady Black. Okay? And the box says that it has 8 pellets, 12 gauge, 3¼ inch, 1,600 feet per second. Okay? Now, this is on Buds. It's $1 cheaper than the Critical Defense. And I finally figured out why this is cheaper only by $1. But this box does not say that it has the Versatite wad in it like the Critical Defense. Now, the Critical Defense has that Versatite wad, but if you go on their website, this also has it too. This is the same exact thing as the Critical Defense. The only thing that's different is that these balls in here, this is an 8 pellet one, and these, I believe, are just a different marketing. That's all it is. It's not really, there's nothing, and of course the shells are a different color because these are black. And I think the Critical Defense are red, but I'm not sure. I mean, they could have changed, but these are black. And there's only 8 pellets in here in each of those shells. But the pellets are, I believe they're a little bit bigger than a normal 12 gauge shotgun pellet. I'm not exactly sure. They might be a little bit heavier, but these actually, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference of how fast this is compared to a 1300 or a 1250 feet per second one, there's no way you'd be able to tell. Only if you clock it on a chronograph, and that's the only way you'd be able to tell. Is it powerful? Is it controllable? It's controllable, but it is powerful. It does kick. It doesn't kick like a mule. It's not, people say that it's not a Magnum shell or anything. I weigh 250 and I'm 5'9", and I have a Maverick 88 with a 20-inch barrel, and it didn't really kick that much more than the other ones that I tested. The Winchester Super X actually kicked just as hard as this, believe it or not. It was way less accurate. Now, the Hornady Black, so at 7, 10, and 25, it did really well. But at 16.7 yards, it did not. It actually went, the wad was all the way down at the bottom, and the pellets were all to one side, and there was only about 3 or 4 pellets on the paper. So I tried it again, and it kind of did the same thing, but it shifted over, and the wad was, and this was a brand new paper, the wad was down at the bottom, not the complete bottom, but it was in like the second line. It's just a regular target, and then the pellets were just all at the top. So completely, they broke apart like that. Now, do you want something like that in your house, defending your home? If you want power, yeah, of course. But from a short distance, it literally made a hole only about that big in 7 yards. And I believe it was 7 yards, 10 yards, and 16.7. Now 25 yards, it opened up all the pellets were an exact width of the target, a standard target. I'm going to put up pictures, and I'm going to connect them to the video, but I'm also going to put them up on my YouTube page. So this stuff, I don't recommend you having this in your shotgun, especially a short shotgun or anything where you have to grab right away and get busy, because this is actually really powerful. It's actually it's louder than the other ones too. So I wouldn't recommend this. I would recommend this if you were like wide awake and you had to get busy and you needed something powerful. There you go. But I would not recommend this if you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you have to, God forbid, you have to use a shotgun. I wouldn't use this. The Winchester Super X, cheapy round, not expensive at all. It is powerful. This will do some major damage. Is it accurate? Absolutely not. I literally could barely hit the target at 16 yards. Okay, 15 yards, I can barely hit it. It spread out so big, it was ridiculous. So I put the thing at 10 yards, and I loaded 7 of them plus 1, and I went as fast as I could with the action and the trigger, and it just sent a wall of lead down range, and it was making all those little things in the back pop up, and it was crazy. Completely peppered the target. But this actually is also quite powerful. It says that it's 9 pellets at 1325 feet per second, 12 gauge, 2 3/4 inch. So it's 9 pellets. Now, I'm going to tell you something about the 9 pellet one versus the 8 pellet one. But I'll tell you that in a second, because I didn't believe it. But I tried it myself. So I tried, this is Federal Premium Personal Defense. Now this is copper plated, which is actually what you want. And these are 9 pellets. Okay? Now, a lot of people said this with this one. So I don't know if that's true or not, but it says 1145 feet per second. You can read it right there. You can pause it if you want to read it. Okay? Federal, made in the USA. Where's the, doesn't look like they have a number on it. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have a number on it. But this one, oh, I forgot to show you. This is what the Winchester looks like. Winchester Super X. It's a red, just a red shell. Reminds me of the ones that they use in the movies when they put in the break action shotguns. And I'm going to tell you the difference between, now, this is the Federal flight control one. That is a flight control. It says it right on the side of the box. Flight control. And it'll tell you, so they're 0.33 inches in diameter. So 33 thousandths, 0.33 inches. Not 33 thousandths. And that's 6.36 millimeters. So you could say that it would be slightly smaller than a 9 millimeter. Slightly smaller. Now, these in here, in the Hornady Black, are 40. So they're actually bigger than, they're a little bit bigger than a triple odd buck. So that's what the website says. I don't know, maybe they changed it. I'm not sure. But this is what these look like. And let me tell you something, out of a cheap, it just says Federal double odd buck, 2 3/4. 70 something. The brass doesn't look as high as the other ones. This is not anywhere near as powerful as those. It doesn't have as much recoil at all. And it was way more accurate from all yardage. Now, this thing, it only made a hole in the paper about this big at 7 yards, 10 yards, 16.7 yards. And then I tried it again at 25 yards. That's as long as you can go at that range. I tried it again at 25 yards. It hit right underneath the hanger. And all it was the hole for the wad. And then right underneath that was the pellets. But they all spread out in like a flat line, which was kind of strange. And some of them were off the paper. So I moved it in half a yard to 24.5. And then I hit it again and I aimed a little bit lower for some reason. I'm not sure why the shotgun was like that. So I aimed a little bit lower and I got it dead center. And it made a big ass hole in the piece of paper about that big. So who knows if all the pellets went through or not. But it made one big ass hole like that, probably about 10 inches around in the paper. Just blew it out. And that was at almost 25 yards. So 3 feet in 1 yard. All right? You can do your math. However, when I shot this and I put this and this in the tube all at the same time, and I shot this one first, I caught 8 pellets on the paper and one of them was missing. So I took that paper down, I set it aside. Then I shot with the Hornady Black. All the pellets were on the paper. Then I shot with the Winchester X. They're all over the place. So forget about it. So I finished that off. Then I put the rest of these and these in there, one after another. And I put it out to 16 yards, 17 yards. And every single time I shot this, there was 1 pellet missing from it. So I always counted 8 pellets. So that extra 9 pellet, it does fly away. I didn't believe that at first, But because there's like mixed comments online on all these different websites. Some people say, oh yeah, they get the 9th pellet flyer and this and that. Well, guess what? It's true, because this has 8 pellets, and every single time I fired it at a target, all 8 pellets hit, even at 25 yards. And now, granted, this one does not stay anywhere near as tight as this. I don't give a crap what people say or what shotgun they have, if they're online or whatever. This, I fired 30 rounds. This one and this one is way more accurate. It has it holds a way tighter pattern. And there's also some kind of like sand or granules in there. So when you hit the target, all those little granules hit it too. I'm not sure, but this one doesn't have that in there. So this is good for like maybe close quarters, blow the hinges off of doors or blow a door open or something, do something like that. But this one, it was definitely recommend this one for home defense, self-defense, definitely car defense, whatever. I would definitely recommend that one. This one, I will not recommend. This is just for messing around. That's basically all that is. Well, I actually spoke for too long. Getting a little warm in this jacket because it's still a little warm outside. But anyways, I'm going to put up some pictures at the end of the video, but I'll also put some pictures up separately so you can see the different patterns. Take it easy, everybody.